she was little. She says, a sundress. Months later, my mother would stand in front of my closet and complain about how I never wore any of my dresses anymore. I was 6 years old. Another thing is when people say, well, she didn't really say no. We don't have to specifically say no in order for it to be known that consent has not been given. For instance, if the person is passed out, how can they give consent? They cannot speak, they cannot walk away, they cannot shove you off, they cannot tell you no. But it's pretty obvious that they don't want it because they're passed out. There's no consent. Besides body language, there are other reasons why women get blamed, such as having relationships with the assaulter. We shouldn't feel as if we're on trial ourselves in order to defend ourselves for putting ourselves in that position. Now, this is my favorite one. She was drunk, so she was asking for it. Well, I know I wasn't asking for it when I was passed out. So how many times does this happen? How many times do we have to be blamed because we wanted to have some fun? When I was 17, it's my prom night. We're having too much fun, of course, like most people do on their prom night. It was a fun night to remember, but a night I wanted to forget. I woke up to him on top of me. I started screaming. He got up, swore up and down I was awake the whole entire time, and I was just drunk, and I was going crazy. Before I could even process what had happened, he had already told all my friends his version of it, that I was so drunk that I just forgot what was happening. Nobody believed me afterwards. My mother told me I was asking for it. Having sexual intercourse with a woman who is passed out or unconscious can be rape because the woman has not consented to a sexual act that does not have the capacity to consent to it. I did not have consent. I was passed out. Therefore, it's rape. Not my fault. I was having fun, same as anybody else. You should know, if somebody's passed out, do not touch them. Easy. Now, the amount of reported versus the amount of arrests is quite alarming. 3/4 of women do not report their assault to the police. But why? Well, why would they not want the assaulter to go to jail or to be known by family and friends of what had happened to them? Well, the National Sexual Violence Resource Center says that, among other reasons, that they are afraid of being blamed by their family and friends for reasons such as clothing, previous relationship with the assaulter, and that they were drinking. Out of 995 cases, only 230 are actually reported to police. Only 46 of them lead to arrest. 9 of them get referred to prosecutors. 5 cases will lead to a felony conviction, and only 4.6 rapists are incarcerated. Out of 1,000 sexual assaults, 4.6 rapists are actually put in jail. That's why we don't say anything. Now, there is a movement that I found helping all this, and it was called the Campus Anti-Rape Movement. This movement is seeking to combat violence and abuse against women. It's to help change the way communities see crimes against women, aka victim blaming. When the movement began, rape was seen as men just being men, and that they couldn't control themselves around a woman who was seen as being promiscuous. They want to create fair rape laws that help victims from backlash and bullying into changing their minds from accusing their rapists. In 1960, this is when this had first started in the second feminism wave. Now, the anti-movement today, in 2011, Usha Vikarma founded the Red Brigade Trust in India. This helped teach women how to defend themselves and to spread awareness of sexual assault in India. In 2014, Emma Solkowitz began protesting at the college to not handle a rape allegation properly, which led to a group organizing Carry That Weight Day of Action. They held over 130 sexual violence demonstrations that year, and